Hello and welcome to another episode of the Road to Glory Master Ball rank. How are we doing? I hope you are doing swell. I'm doing okay. As you can see, our record is on the screen right now. We are in the beginner tier rank 2. I'm going to keep it 100% with you guys. We're going to just speed through the first 2 battles probably because we get absolutely mollywopped, as you can see on your screen right now. We got destroyed. I say many. We got destroyed twice. So it wasn't the best of starts, as you can see. We got stalled out by this belly bolt in the second battle, and I just wasn't about it. This Blissey as well. So we ended up losing the first 2 battles. So I didn't want to dwell on those too much, but let's hop into the third battle of this episode. So as you can see on the screen, we have got our team for the beginner tier, same as the last episode, and it's a new season. That's why it has changed from, this team to whatever team it was beforehand. But as you can see on your screen right now, we have got the Iron Bundle, the Amoonguss, the Tinkaton, the Dragonite, the Chi-Yu, and the Volcarona. Our opponent, whose name I cannot pronounce, is a Drifblim. Wow, I can't believe I've actually forgotten that mon's name. That's crazy. I was going to say Pimp Knight, but that's that is a YouTuber. But Mankey's Evolution, Blissey, Breloom, Spidops, and Tyranitar. Primeape is what I was trying to say. I can't believe I've actually forgotten the name on off the top of my head. I wanted to say Pimp Knight, I think I said. No, that's not it, because that's a Dragonite. Anyways, I'm rambling right now. Let's hop right into the third battle, technically, of this episode. And we are in the battle with the Spidops lead, as we lead with the Tinkaton. Now, if you guys don't know, Spidops is especially defensive. It's very, very defensive, and it's a good setup mon. So it can put out hazards, it can slow you down, it can do whatever it wants to you, really. So we go for the fake out just to get a bit of chip damage off. We managed obviously to flinch it, because fake out always has it will always flinch, in case you didn't know. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know that what fake out does. But we decide to swap out into the Volcarona in front of the Spidops as it goes for a circle throw. So that was pretty much made redundant, as circle throw is chucking Volcarona back into the bench. So, but we do manage to get the burn on the Spidops because of the flame body ability on Volcarona. But out comes the Tinkaton again, and we're just going to go straight for another fake out, I believe, because we want that chip damage off on this thing. Hopefully, we've still got the air balloon, so we're looking pretty good. That is the burn damage going off on the Spidops. So we go for the fake out again, just to get that chip damage off. Will it stay in, though? That is the question. It does decide to stay in and just take the fake out, and then it's obviously going to flinch and take the burn damage too. Will it stay out? At this point, I was probably anticipating maybe a sticky web from this thing, because that is what this thing is known for. It's known to try and slow you down, set up walls, whatever it wants to do, it will do. Bar attack. It has attacked. It's used circle throw. So it's quite a trolly mon in that aspect, but it is very, very good for competitive play if you know how to use it. I myself have seen people use it, and they are just incredible with it, but I wouldn't be able to do that. But as you can see, it does go for the sticky web, as we went for the Gigaton Hammer. It did a huge amount of damage, but not enough to take it out. So this thing is still on the field, still a nuisance, and that sticky web might come back to hurt us in the future. We do decide to go for a play rough on the Spidops. This is a questionable play. We might have been able to swap out into the Volcarona and try and quiver dance up. But it's just going to go for a circle throw anyway, so maybe that was the play to go for. So now our air balloon is popped, and out comes our handy dandy Volcarona, which is perfect because this thing is about to go down to the burn damage, which is great. Unlucky with the sticky web. We do have our speed full, but the Spidops does hold on with, I don't know, maybe 3 HP, but we decide to go for the quiver dance, which it does decide to go for the feint. If I was them, I probably would have gone for the circle throw again, just to get this Volcarona out of play, because I think it was pretty obvious that I was going to go for the quiver dance there. but our speed does rise, so I think it's back to normal. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is back to normal with our special attack raised as well as our special defense, I believe. So we're doing pretty okay. That's one mon of theirs down. We've got all three, and we've got a +1 Volcarona on the field. How will our opponent respond? Who knows? I do wonder. I am intrigued. So, but yeah, we're in a pretty good position here. I have really enjoyed using Volcarona simply because, like I said in the first episode that I used it, it's one of my favorite Pokemon to ever exist. So I think we do misclick there and go for the Quiver Dance. So we're now +2, which is okay, unless this Blissey has something to say about it and wants to Seismic Toss us, which isn't too bad. It does do quite a bit of damage, more than I anticipated, but we do misclick once again. We keep spamming, and we go for another Quiver Dance, which, you know, it's a good and a bad thing, because you never know, this Blissey might get a crit, completely destroy us. We nearly misclicked again, but we decide to Terrestrialize and go for the Fiery Dance to try and take out this Blissey. Now, we know that Blissey is very specially defensive, so we're at +3. We should be able to take this thing out, but who knows? Will Volcarona have the power? A Stab Terror boosted Fiery Dance. Will it take out the Blissey? Let's find out. That animation is so goofy to me. I don't know why, but it does little to no damage on this Blissey, and we were kind of expecting that. We do lose HP from the Life Orb, as well as taking the damage from the Seismic Toss, bringing down the Volcarona, but we do get the Flame Body Burn on the Blissey. Not that Blissey is a huge threat with its attacking power, but that is still a plus for us in a way. We're silver linings in that. We're taking the silver linings. Now, in the past battle that I showed you at the very start, we did not have a great time in front of a Blissey. It took ages to try and take down, so I wasn't in the best mindset during this battle. I was quite annoyed that I kept coming up against mons like this. But we do have a physical attacker, which is good against Blissey, so we decided to go for the Dragon Dance with the Dragonite. Apologies for my voice. I seem to be losing it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm talking like this a lot recently. With this Road to Glory series, I must be talking too much. Maybe I am. Maybe I need a break. Do you guys think I need a break? I don't think I do. I'm enjoying this, so. But we're just waiting for our opponent to pick a move, as we have gone for the Dragon Dance. Hopefully, we can take this Blissey out, because it's a menace. No one likes coming up against Blissey. People love using it, but coming up against it, no. It's never fun. But our opponent does decide to Terrestrialize. What typing will this Blissey be? Let's have a look and see. Ghost type, which is okay. This is actually okay. This isn't the worst situation we could be in. We go for the Dragon Dance as the Blissey retaliates with Charm, which is, again, this thing is so annoying to deal with, because now we are back down to I think we're back down to normal attack stat, maybe lower. Still trying to get used to like Charm and stuff, see like what they actually do properly. But we decide to go for the Outrage anyways, because we know that Blissey has little to no physical defense. So that does take the Blissey out, which is great. You love to see it. Down goes the Blissey. We are now 2-1 in terms of mons. What will our opponent be bringing out next? We haven't seen the third Pokemon, so this should be interesting. They decide to bring out the Breloom. Ooh, very interesting. Now, I'm having emotions flood back to me from this match. This was a good maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago, and I'm getting flashbacks to it, and I'm not enjoying what is going on in my head. You will see why. Breloom is another one of those mons that is very, very underrated when it comes to competitive play. Now, it is quad weak to flying type moves, which now I wish I did have, but unfortunately I do not on the Dragonite. So we get put to sleep with the Spore. And we are fast asleep as this Breloom decides to go for a substitute. It is poison, but it does have the ability Poison Heal, as you can see on the screen right now. So if it's poisoned, it regains HP instead of losing it. Now, this is quite common with Brelooms because it's just such an OP setup. But as you can see, we tried to go for an Outrage, I believe that was, and we hit ourselves in Confusion as it goes for the Leech Seeds, and now it's gaining back even more HP. So things are not looking good, ref. Really not looking good. We're Leech Seeded, the Poison Heal is getting more HP back for this Breloom, and it's behind a substitute. So we need to break through this confusion if we want any hope of taking this thing down. That is what we need to do, Dragonite. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Dragonite? It does break through. Now, we do take down the substitute, which is a great thing. You love to see that. As you can see, the substitute has faded, but the Breloom decides to go for another Spore, putting us back to sleep, leaving it pretty much free to do whatever it wants to us. We can't break this cycle at the moment because of that one confusion that we hit ourselves. If we did not hit ourselves in that confusion, we might be alright. We wouldn't have avoided this whole thing, but the Breloom would not be in the position that it is in right now. We decided to go for a Dragon Dance whilst we're asleep, just knowing that we wouldn't wake up first turn. As the Breloom then decides to go for a substitute. This goes on for a very, very long time. What I'm going to do is skip towards the end because I don't want you guys sitting through a stall fest. It's never fun for anyone, but it does, as you can see, take down our Dragonite thanks to a Leech Seed. Down goes the Dragonite, and we're down to one Pokemon, being the Tinkaton. This thing is still behind a substitute, by the way, when Tinkaton comes out. We then decide, well, we then get put to sleep, obviously, and there was literally no point of even trying to do anything to this Breloom. As you can see, it does go for the Bulldoze, taking out our Tinkaton, and what a turnaround from our opponent. Genuinely, I was so annoyed, but rewatching it is a really, really good comeback from our opponent, so hats off to you. Really cool card as well. And hats off to that Breloom. That really showed us how it's done. But 3 losses in a row. It's not looking good, but in the next Road to Glory, which should be in about 2 days, things take a turn for the better. I hope you guys are excited for that. I am. So if you are, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. But I will see you in the next one. Bye!